We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Dear students, today I will teach you geodetic surveying. Okay, in this survey, we will see what are the differences between the normal plane surveying and geodetic surveying. Plane surveying, surveying method is for finding out the distances, horizontal distances, vertical distances, elevations, angles, or to find out the reduced levels. Okay, the main purpose of survey is this one. Okay, when we are calculating these distances, angles, or reduced level, we will consider earth surface is considered as plane. Okay, curvature or of earth is ignored and that condition plane surveying. What will happen in geodetic survey? Geodetic survey, we have to consider the curvature of earth also. That means curvature of earth should be considered. Okay. So next we will see what are the differences between the plane table survey and the geodetic survey. It's a very important question. Okay. So already I have mentioned in plane table survey we are considering as earth surface as plane survey. We are not considering the curvature of earth. Okay. In this survey we have to consider earth curvature also, and we are considering the curvature of earth. Okay. Second point, if we are line joining any two stations, we are considering it as a straight line. In this case, line joining any 2 points, there will be a curved line. Okay. And the third important difference is this method, plane surveying method, is done for if the area is less than 250 kilometer, lesser area, for lesser area, and this survey is done if the area is more than 250 kilometers for a country or continent or like that. Okay. And this one required accuracy is completely competitively very low, and in this case it's a high accuracy required. Okay. And if the accuracy is very low, means a simple methods or simple instruments can be used for the plane surveying methods. And in this survey what we have to consider, we have to define some very defined method and the instruments are used. Okay. So how many differences are there? 5 number of differences are there. You can just study that one. Okay. And geodetic survey, I said if the area is more, if it is a continent or country, then we can use for geodetic survey. A state agency in India, the Survey Department of India, for preparing the map purpose, we are using geodetic survey. In this method, EDM instruments like a total station, another survey instrument like a GPS, global positioning system, etc., used for surveying. And in this case it's higher accuracy required, and it takes very less time for surveying. Okay. Now we will see what are the main things covered in this chapter. Okay, theory portion I am not going in detail. I'll solve some important questions or examples from this chapter. Okay. First one, we already discussed what are the differences between plane surveying and a geodetic survey. Next one, what is triangulation, principle of triangulation, uses of triangulation. Okay. And triangulation figures and the systems, that's also important. Criteria for selection of figure. And what is strength of figure? Strength of figure, I will solve the examples now. And selection of triangulation stations, okay, intervisibility of triangular station, that is also examples are coming under that portion, okay. Then what is station mark, what is signals, what are towers and scaffolds, okay, what is baseline, site selection of baseline, how to extend the baseline, corrections to the baseline, and the last one satellite stations and the reduction to center, okay. In this also one example we will do, okay. So these are the main theory parts, okay. Just go through the theory parts, okay. Now we are going to the strength of figures portion, okay. See, in this case one triangle is given, any shape, okay, it can be a triangle or any other shape, okay. We'll do some one or two examples, then you'll understand, okay. And these angles ABC are observed to be 70 degree, 60 degree and 50 degree. The line AC was used as a baseline, okay. This is a baseline AC and of known length. Calculate the strength of the figure, okay. This is the question. For finding out strength of figure means the equation is like that. Strength is equal to D minus C by D into delta A square, delta A, delta B square, okay. So before that we need all the values D, C and D, okay. We'll calculate that one, okay. C means what? C means number of geometric conditions, okay. For that also you have to study one equation, that is C is equal to n dash minus s dash plus 1 n minus 2s plus 3, okay. What is n, s, n dash, s dash, okay. N means total number of lines, how many lines are here, okay. And s means total number of stations, this is one station, this is another station and this is the third station. N dash, number of lines observed in both direction, okay. In this case it is given that the lines, 3 lines are there, they are observed in both directions, so n dash is also same, okay, 3 numbers. S dash means number of occupied stations, same as n, that is 3 numbers. D means what? Number of directions observed excluding those for unknown side, okay, known sides. For that one you have to use one formula for the triangular shape, that is D is equal to 2 into n minus 1. So we are getting the value of D as 4. Put the values in this equation and find out the value of C. C it is coming as 1, okay. Now strength of figure equation, D we have calculated 4, C we got it as 1, so apply this. For this purpose, for finding out this one, okay, this we are getting from a table. The table is given in the textbook, okay. If a question was asked in the exam or something, this value will be given, otherwise the table will be given for your reference, okay. So the strength of figure is coming as 2.25. Similarly, we'll do one more example, okay. These type of questions are very less asked in GTO questions, but still you have to just understand the concept, okay. Next one, compute the values of D minus C by D. That means only this portion you don't have to calculate, okay. For the various triangulation nets shown in figure, the shape is like that, okay. So it's mentioned as a dotted, this one all are stations and you have to count the numbers, okay. Here from this drawing it is obviously clear that there are total number of lines 11, S means total number of stations, and here we are considering n dash and s dash also same because there is no dotted line given, okay, unknown is not there. all the lines observed in both direction. Okay, so similar to same the previous one, you have to find out C first, that is number of geometric directions. From the equation, find it out as 8. Okay, then D minus D means what? 2 into n minus 1. It's also calculated. So D minus C by D is equal to 0.6. Okay, one more is there. I am not going to that one. I'll share the PDF with you. Now, the very important portion in this thing is intervisibility of triangular stations. Okay, what is intervisible? Intervisible means one triangular station is here, another one is here. From A, okay, is this point is visible or not? If this point is visible from this point, that is known as intervisibility of two stations. Okay, in that one, first you have to study distance between stations. Okay, the following formulas, only 2-3 formulas are there, just use that formulas. Okay, so you have to just understand the concept and you can directly study the formulas. Okay, see, this is our curvature. Okay, it can extend beyond that one also. This is one of our triangular station. This is our horizon, and this one, this is the center of earth. Okay, so this means R. Okay, and this distance from A to C distance, you can mark it as D. Okay, this is not diameter, this is distance. Okay, this one is known as datum, that it can be our mean sea level or something. Okay, datum, and this is the height of this triangular station. Okay, it can be A dash and height. Note down everything. Height means the height of station above datum, and D means distance of visible horizon in kilometer. It will given in the question, it will be in kilometers. Okay, and what is R? Mean radius of earth. What is the mean radius of earth? That is 6367 kilometer. And M is a coefficient of refraction. Okay, that is 0.07 is for land, and for sea is 0.08. Okay, this is the equation for finding out H. Okay, H means height of a triangular station above datum is equal to D square by 2R into 1 minus 2M. Okay, put the value of R we know that is 6370. Okay, and H is equal, so M value, that is we can take this coefficient of refraction for land, that is 0.71. Okay, put the values and we are getting this H equation as 0.06735 D square. Okay, D is in kilometer. There is a important equation. Okay, now relative elevation of stations. Okay, how to find out the relative elevation? This equation we already discussed. Okay, same equation. This is one triangular station. H1 is the height above this datum, and this is our horizon center point, and another triangular station B is here, and its height is H2. Okay, and total distance is D in kilometer up to C, that is A to C is D1 and B to C is D2. Now H1 means a known elevation of point A above datum, and H2 means it's required to find out, and D1 is the distance of point of tangent C from station A. Similarly, D2 means the distance of station B from the tangent C. So H1 equation already we got this from the first case. So D1 means what? This divided by 0.0675. So simplifying, you will get it as 3.853. This is another equation you have to study. And D2 similarly, D2 means this one, 3.5853 root H2. D means what? Total D means D1 plus D2. So D2 means D minus D1. Okay. Knowing the value of D2, how to find out the height of this point? Height of this point is equal to, you know, D2. Okay. So height is equal to 0.0673. This portion is constant. Okay. You have to just mark the distance from horizon to that point. Okay. So level of reduced level of station B is what? Datum plus H2. Okay, that is reduced level of this point is what? Datum, you know, this is the datum point plus H2. Okay. So height of signal is equal to datum plus H2 minus reduced level of ground at B. Okay. Now the third thing that we have to find out is a profile of intervening ground. Okay. So what is the meaning? Suppose two points are there, some point is coming in between. Okay, some peak or something. Here one peak, another peak. If we are from here, if something come in between, obstructions come between, how is it will be visible or not? Okay, this is known as intervening ground. Same as the previous thing, this is our curvature, and the first point is A. A is our first triangulation station. Another triangulation station is B. If suppose another point P, obstruction, this is another obstruction is coming in between, then what will be the calculation? Okay. What is the total distance between A to B? That is D. From A to this center horizon, it's not center, it's a horizon point, that is D1, and from B to C, that is D2. Another point is coming in between, that is obstruction is coming in between. This is the obstruction. Okay. So this distance is D3, and the balance distance, how to find out? This one is D1, so D1 minus D3. And what is the height of this one? H3, and the total height is H. Okay. So from the initial equation, what will be the formula? H1 is equal to 0.0673 D1 square. This distance we have to consider. So D1 means what? 3.853 root H1. Okay. Now what distance we have to find out? The distance we have to find out, this distance. Okay. This one is P, this point is a P1, and this one is P2. We are taking that as a triangle. Okay. So I have taken the points. A is one, A dash is the height of this one. Another point is coming here, another point here. Okay. So A dash, P1, B1, P2, B2. Okay. This equating the sides of a triangle. Okay. This distance we know what is the total distance, that is D. And up to here, what is the distance? D3. T3, and this one is D1 minus D3. Okay, D1 minus D3. Equating that one, what will get a P1, P2 value? What is this distance? Okay, P1, P2. How much is P1 and P2? How much it is coming? That is D3 divided by D into B1, B dash. How we get? This vertical distance divided by this is equal to this horizontal distance divided by this one. Okay. So now we will do one example for that case, then you will understand what exactly what I said. Okay. See, the question is like this. Two stations A and B are 80 kilometers apart, have elevation 16 meter and 278 meter above mean sea level. See, this is our profile. Okay, no, this one is our mean sea level, and what is given here, the distance between A point and B point is 80, and height is given 16 meter and 272 meter height. Okay, up to here. from the mean sea level to this much. Then what else given? Calculate the minimum height of signal at a B. What will be the minimum height of signal at a B so that these points are intervisible from A to B is visible. Okay, this is the question. See what are the things given? Distance given, h1 given, h2 is given. Okay, then hb means a height of signal above the datum. Okay, that is from here to here, total how much is there, hb. Okay, that we have to find out.